Hi, meeting's called to order for agenda business, public comment, no longer than 5 minutes per person. We have one person signed up.
Yep, one person, yes, Mr. Boss.
Okay,
Go ahead.
you're right.
Okay. Well, I just come today to, no, I hope I don't wanna keep being a broken record. I know I've talked to you about this again, Mark, so, but I just wanna emphasize the use of body cams. When I make my comments, I don't have any comment towards the Elkins Police Department. I've never been involved with them, never been involved with no state troopers. And I've never been involved, the only people I've ever been involved with is the Randolph County Sheriff Department. I know they have to do what they're given. They came out my house, which I think was a waste of time for 4 officers in the ambulance, and a waste of money, resources. The officer that came out to the house just wasn't right, and now my record's ruined because of it. And I think if there was a body cam there, that would have made a big difference, cause I at least would have had something recorded. And I guess what I'm gonna do is, to be honest, I'm just gonna keep coming back till we get something done, because I just feel, what else, I mean, now my record's ruined. My record's ruined because it just seems like some people don't like when you tell them the way it is. And some people think they're a little higher than others. That's what I get, that's just my opinion. And I think the officer that came that day just had a personal agenda to fill, and he filled it. And now my family had to suffer. I had to go down that jail and suffer, which was ridiculous. And, like I said, the sheriff department just serves the warrant. And whoever wanted to put out that warrant, that was just ridiculous, to go and arrest a guy in a wheelchair. And, I think the police have something better to do. But I just wanna keep emphasizing the body cams. And, because it would've made a world of difference and helped me out. I see what goes on in the country with these body cams. I know the some police don't like them, but it makes a world of difference, because in my opinion, all the justice system does is just take advantage of poor people who ain't got nothing. I mean, I was lucky I had a little resources so I can get out of it. But, you know, I know how Randolph County kinda works. And if certain people wanna do certain things, they do her. And they did her. And now my record's ruined. But anyways, that's what I come to talk about. And I think the justice system, not only in this country, but this county stinks. It just takes advantage of poor people. I seen it in that jail. The only jail I've ever been in my whole life. I seen it in the jail, I seen it over the magistrate, and I seen it at the courthouse. It's a joke. That's what it is. It's a joke. You wind it up, you equal it out, it's one big joke. If you ain't in the clique, then you're gonna get her. And that's why I wanted to come talk about the cams and talk about how I was unfairly treated, and I'm gonna continue to come until we do something. If people here in this courthouse and this annex building or prosecutor's office or magistrate don't like it, I really don't care. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, I ain't worried about anybody in this town. And my record's ruined now. You know, maybe some of that stuff I shouldn't have done, but I did it. Now I paid a big price, bigger price than I should have paid. But I did, and I never done anything to my family. I was treating my family right. What they did to me wasn't right. They had a personal agenda and they did it. And I just come, and I'm gonna keep coming until we do something about the body cams. And that's all I had to say, and I appreciate you guys' time.
Okay, thank you. Minutes from the last meeting.
I move we approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the Randolph County Commission on the 3rd of December as presented.
A motion on the floor is to approve the minutes from the December 3rd meeting of the commission. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, reports. Aaron?
I've given you, an update on how community corrections is doing. Get my fingers to work. Currently, we have 121 individuals on the program. Starting from the beginning of this fiscal year, I've got 30 full participants, 126 on bond, 34 services only, 22 parole, none that have been just check-ins and drug screens, which is good. It's showing that we're getting individuals that are getting services. I've had 11 people complete my program, 38 terminate. We've had 26 re-enter back in the program. I have had one individual, I got my lines mixed up, let's try that again. 38 complete the program, 26 terminate. I've had 8 re-enter and 1 that's gone to rehab. Community service hours, we have completed 2,160 community service hours. With employment hours, we've completed 6,360 employment hours. I've had 4 out of 16 individuals complete my domestic violence. With just our individuals, we've administered 1,219 drug screens. Of those, 208 were positive, which gives 1,011 negatives. With the community service hours, we saved the county $18,900. We've collected $11,575. With the regional jail bill, we saved the county $955,543. So with the total of the community service savings in the regional jail bill, we saved the county $974,443. Of our 121 individuals currently, I have 18 that are full corrections, 67 that are on bond, 12 that are services only, 9 from probation, and 15 from parole. Of our full corrections individuals, I've got 8 that are employed, 4 that are unemployed, 6 that are on the run, which gives us our 18. The next page shows you the breakdown of our grant. I'm working on finishing up November. I just have the report part to do. So we're staying right where we need to be. So we're doing good in regards to our grant, but that just gives you the breakdown since they do it quarterly now instead of monthly. So that just shows you the second is just October and November since we're still in December. The next page is our breakdown. Now I will tell you after I did this, I did receive from Angie a check from parole. So it's slightly different than what you have there. So with our expenses, with community corrections, we've spent $31,321.59. With our federal contract, we spent $5,362.50. Drug court, we spent $22,792.50. With DHR, we spent $66,383.81. Juvenile scram, we've spent $131.75. And with parole, we've spent $200. So that's a total of $126,192.15. So with the money coming in, we've collected the $11,575. With the federal probation, we've brought in $10,860. With drug court, we've spent $18,740. I think we're about 2 months behind with them. I just received another check, but we're about 2 months behind, so that's why that number's still in the red. With DHR, we've brought in $109,520, but I have 3 months right here getting ready to go out. So that number will jump up as soon as they receive it and the checks coming in. Haven't got the reimbursement back from juvenile scram yet. So with parole, that number is now gonna be $1,293.50. So that's a total of $151,988.50. So as you can see, right now we've put into the bank for between our expenses and our revenues, $25,796.35. But I foresee that number going as soon as I submit these 3 months worth of DHR invoices. So each of them are right around $30,000 a piece. So. Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Parker, do you have anything?
No report, thank you.
Sheriff?
the only thing I have is that, continue transitioning the office, sheriff's office to the new sheriff becoming in January 1st. Everything's been going very good and having no issues, so just continue to work on that and transition everything over, so there will be no loss of services, no issues whatsoever between the transition of the outgoing sheriff and the new sheriff. Everything's going well.
Last meeting, huh?
Well, that was my last one.
Anything in the clerk's office? Okay, any correspondence? All right, announcements, like Sheriff said, this is the last, well, Mark said, it's last meeting of the year. And, we'll be setting our calendar here in a little bit too, right?
Yes.
So, all right, so item for discussion, first one is consider approval for hiring for new juvenile coordinator in the prosecutor's office.
Thank you, Commissioners. As indicated on the agenda, we have an open position that the commission funded during this last budgeting period. At this juncture, we have yet to fill that. That's still an open position that's already budgeted within the budget that you all approved during last budgeting season. At this point, we do believe we've identified a qualified candidate. We have conducted a background check. Chief Deputy Sharp conducted that check and everything came back fine. And I am asking the commission to approve the hiring of Mindy Planakis. She will begin work, if approved, on January 4th, 2021 at a salary of $20,000 per year, along with the full-time benefits package, which is already included in the budget, as I indicated. Consistent with county policy, Ms. Planakis will be hired pursuant to a 90-day probationary period. She has a long and extensive history of administrative assistant work, which we feel is going to be helpful to her in this position. And she interviewed very well. We think that she's going to fit in very well with the office. So, given all those things, I would request that the commission approve her hiring. I have a letter for you all.
All right, I move that we approve the hiring of Mindy Planakis as juvenile coordinator in the prosecuting attorney's office. Her annual salary will be $27,000 a year. She'll begin work on January 1st, 2021 with a 90-day probationary period, and this is a full-time benefited position.
Okay, so motion on the floor is to approve the hiring for the prosecuting attorney's office. Mindy Planakis as juvenile coordinator. Hiring date effective, will begin work on January the 4th, 2021. Salary 27, right?
Yeah,
27,000 per year, full-time benefits package. 90-day probationary period. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Guys, don't feel bad. I had to ask her how to pronounce the name myself during the interview.
I was trying to listen very carefully.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right, next is to approval of the resolution for the community development block grant.
All right, we are applying for a community development block grant, which will provide up to $250,000 to help us with the distressed property resolution that ordinance that we passed. And so the first step in that process of applying is we need to approve a resolution. So I move that we approve a resolution for the Randolph County Commission to apply for the community development block grant. And so I move that we approve the clerk's signature on the resolution.
Okay, so motion on the floor is to approve the resolution for the community development block grant. Any further discussion? I just want to say, I think the work that this committee is doing, I mean, if you haven't noticed some of the areas through the county where you're driving through, the change in it is just dramatic.
Yeah, Kathy Vance, the president of the committee, and so she is here today with us. But I agree, I commend the committee's work. They've done a great job in identifying and inspecting those homes and helping us get them taken care of. So,
I mean, some of the changes are just dramatic. All right, so is there any further discussion? So all in favor? Aye. All right, next is to ratify the signature for the VOCA grant.
yes, we a couple of weeks ago we received documentation that it was time to renew our VOCA grant, and there was a time limit of it. It needed to be done before we were able to meet again. So, what we're doing today is just ratifying the signature of the commission president on the block grant.
All right, so motion on
Or,
the floor.
I'm sorry, the VOCA grant.
Motion on the floor is to ratify my signature for the VOCA grant. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, consider partnership with Granite.
We were contacted by a company by the name of Grant Government Solutions, and the purpose of this company is they help administer phone, internet systems, all those types of things. And they contacted us about the way their partnership works is they're one point of contact for all your phone services, and they buy from the telephone companies wholesale, and then they sell it back to the counties at a savings. And so what it allows us to have is one point of contact for any issues that we have with our telephone systems. And the savings of it saves us about $580 a year, but at the same time, we have better service because we've got one point of contact. So anything that we need from our phone services, we pick up the phone, we call Granite Government Solutions, and they take care of it. They'll contact whomever they need to speak with, and they'll get all the work done behind the scenes. And so it keeps us from having to hunt and search for who does what and who can help us in whichever way they do. So what we did is we sent them a copy of all of our bills. They did an analysis for us and said we can save you some money and at the same time give you better service. So
And they said too, didn't they, like, we can contact them on holidays, middle of the night?
Yeah, and you talk to live people. It's, you're not talking to a phone system. They don't have a phone tree. Every time you call, you talk to a live person. And they're out of, I believe they're out of Florida, and their call center's out of Florida. So you're speaking to a live person here in the States. So I move that we approve a partnership with Granite Solutions for our telephone services.
All right, so motion on the floor is consider partnership with Granite Solutions for the phone services. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Ratify signature on the contract with Settle and Stoniker. My signature again?
Yes, sir. This is we just had Settle and Stoniker doing our auditing services, and so we've received a amendment to the audit contract agreement. There was additional work that needed to be done because of the amount of the expenditures for federal grants are over the $750,000 audit, which signals a single audit. And so this is a motion to approve. $5,000 is what the additional cost is associated with that. So I move that we approve the ratification of your signature on this contract.
All right, so motion on the floor is to approve my signature for the amendment with Settle and Stoniker for $5,000. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Ratify, next one is ratify signature for emergency RTU replacement.
Yeah, we over in the assessor's office, we had a heating unit that went out a couple of weeks ago, and we had to do an emergency repair. And so I move that we ratify the signature of Commission President on this for Casto Technical Services for $14,300.
All right, so motion on the floor is to approve my signature for the emergency RTU replacement, $14,300 for the assessor's office. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, it's a brand new unit. What happened was they had a catastrophic failure that just completely blew out the old unit. So this is a brand new unit replacing.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, approved meeting dates for 2021.
All right, so these are the meeting dates for the new year. We're not gonna make any changes as far as when we meet. It'll be on the first and the third Thursdays at 1:30, and we need to get these approved. So I move that we approve the commission meetings for 2021. The first meeting will be January the 7th.
All right, so motion on the floor is to approve the meeting dates for 2021 for the county commission as submitted, with the first meeting being January the 7th of 2021. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Approval sale of the handguns to the outgoing sheriff.
I'll speak to it just briefly, if it's okay.
You want-
Throughout my career in law enforcement, I've been fortunate enough to be able to obtain the service weapons I've always carried throughout my almost 30-year career. And there's a couple weapons that or here that I've carried before, that I would ask permission from the county commission to be able to purchase those from the county. The state statute, I've sent you guys a copy of the state statute that gives you the authority to do so, as long as the amount's not over $1,000 for any one item. I'll give you the two lists of the serial numbers. The service weapon has been customarily given to the retiring deputy and sheriff that I currently carry now. So I just would ask for your permission to do so, and I'll be paying. I looked at research a little bit on the two firearms, and they're about $450 new a piece. And I was willing to be able to give you $800 for both of those firearms, and I greatly appreciate that very much.
So so these are two service weapons you carried as a deputy in the past, is that correct?
As a deputy in the past.
Okay. And you've had those in your possession?
Yes,
since
they're in my
then?
possession currently, yes.
Okay. All right.
And the only thing I would request of the money is that it would go back to the sheriff's office, to the future sheriff, to be able to use that money in anything else he would like to purchase, if it's all possible for you guys. Because the money will go back into general county, and then you guys, the money goes to the general county fund, and then you guys will determine where it goes to from there.
Okay. All right. All right, I move that we approve the sale of the handguns to the outgoing sheriff, two weapons of $400 apiece for a total of $800.
All right, so motion on the floor is to approve the sale of that two handguns to the outgoing sheriff for $400 apiece, $800 total. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Approval of the 2021 bi-weekly pay period schedule.
All right, we, at the end of each year, we approve the pay dates for each new year. And so, we have all the pay dates for our new year. There's 26 of them, I believe. We're paid, twice a month, is that correct? See, two, four.
Twice a month, usually it's 2 months.
Yeah, let's see. I can't count.
That's usually 26.
4, 6,
Right.
26 pays.
2 months you get like a bonus.
Three checks each.
27. I
Leave
believe I
here?
count 27. So,
I'm gonna say as submitted.
yes, as submitted, thank you. We approve the 2021 bi-weekly pay period as submitted.
All right, so motion on the floor is to approve the 2021 bi-weekly pay period as scheduled as submitted. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All right, final settlements?
All right.
I had one other thing too. It was brought up about, Christmas Eve. Have you heard about that with the governor?
Yes, the governor has, in fact, I thought you might mention that in your announcements,
I
but yeah.
forgot.
Yeah, the governor has given, all employees Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve off. So for this year, our employees will not be working for New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. You'll get those days off.
Because we usually follow suit with what the
That's
governor
it,
does.
yep, exactly. So,
Now, that was except for all elected officials, and they all have to work New Year's Eve.
with the exception of us, okay. So,
Just the outgoing.
So Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, you sure about this year?
No, not really.
That's the outgoing. But yeah, we usually follow suit with the governor, so.
All right, I move we approve the three final settlements as submitted.
So motion on the floor is to approve the 3 final settlements as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor? Budget revisions? Yay, no budget revisions.
Budget revisions,
You
that's
didn't
good.
have nobody to sit around?
That's good.
All right, Division of Properties Running Assessments.
All right, I move that we approve the 10 erroneous assessments as submitted.
Motion on the floor is to approve the 10 erroneous assessments as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Distressed properties?
7 total.
Oh, wow. Someone's been busy.
All right. 7 of them, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. We have 7 distressed properties that the letters are going out to regarding various states of disrepair. So I move that we approve the 7 orders by the unsafe building committee to be sent out.
All right, so motion on the floor is to approve the sending of the 7 letters from the Distressed Properties Committee. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have to sign these ones? Yes. All right, fire fees.
No adjustments? No.
All right, payment of the bills. There's those guys. I got things I gotta sign, I see you can do those.